Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Welcome to Islamic Action TV. Myself, Bilal Ali Hugh, your presenter for today. This program is brought to you by Gorilla Minded Productions. This week I have with me Sister Amina from Zero Nation. How are you doing, Sister Amina?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
I'm excellent, Good. And what we hope to get into with the brief time that we've got is to find out about the projects that you run in terms of your internet website, your internet publication. Zero Nation. Tell us a little bit about Zero Nation, because I know it's very important. I know a bit about it, but for those out there reviewing that.
Okay, Zero Nation is actually it's like an online publication. The ethos of Zero Nation is name and shame. So what it's highlighting injustices within the UK. Injustices could range from something an individual's doing, an organisation, a corporation, a product. So it gives people the opportunity to highlight what's going on in their community and community up and down the UK. So
that's excellent. So you've taken it from the abstract, that's the idea, but I know that you've had practical impact on the social political scene in London, in South London. Say for example, what took place in Peckham. I don't know if you can speak a little bit about the campaign that took place in Peckham.
Yeah, sure. I was contacted by a friend of a mother whose son had been chased in Rye Lane, Peckham in South London. Apparently it's something that's been happening quite a while, and on this occasion the mother decided enough was enough and they had to campaign to stop the shopkeepers at the time from terrorising the African Caribbean community. So I was contacted as the editor of Zero Nation to help highlight their plight, which I did, and it was very effective because the fact that we got involved and people were able to leave comments, we encouraged people to leave comments, and those comments were passed on to the head of policing for Southwark. They suddenly realised that such an organisation, such a publication could cause them damage, so they brought us together, ourselves, the shopkeepers, the campaigners. We were campaigning for 13 weeks and eventually it resulted in an apology and a shoppers' charter, which had never happened before.
So you're talking about a specific positive outcome. I think what's important about that, and I really want to acknowledge the work that you're involved in, is because oftentimes when it comes to black issues, African Caribbean issues, there is in the community terms that we use, like we want liberation, we want freedom, and these kind of vague terms. But when you dealt with a campaign of that nature, there was a specific time frame, a particular goal, and a specific outcome. So in that sense, I think it was really excellent.
Absolutely.
Well, what I'm trying to understand a little bit deeper is, why do you do what you do?
Oh, that's a very good question. I do because there are so many injustices in the UK itself. Okay, we know what's going on in America and in other parts of Africa as well. But here in the UK, there's so many injustices going on. Sometimes we may hear about it, sometimes we don't. Yeah. So what I wanted to do was to highlight the injustices that's going on, and in particular the injustices which is affecting our community. And when I say our community, the African Caribbean community. So it also allows us the opportunity to vent our concerns, make our comments, and also one of the things Zero Nation likes to do, if we get a particular issue which has an effect on the community itself, such as the housing issue that's going on at the moment.
Yes,
the social cleansing, by any other word, it's social cleansing. Yeah. So what we then do is take it further, and we contact the organisations. There's one particular organisation which is quite close to my heart, which is the Black Mental Health UK. Now that also deals with the deaths in detained settings, and by detained settings it could be the prisons, the mental health institutions, and also the police stations as well. So that's something that's very close to my heart as well.
I hope that we can come back and in the near future do a whole program on Black mental health, because that's something that's quite deep to myself and very meaningful. But I just want to, only because of time, keep it moving and ask you to speak a little bit about the other web programs or web publications that you also initiate, as in your Hero Nation and the Global Political geopolitical one as well, because
Sure.
these are quite powerful platforms, so people need to hear about them, and hopefully we can give out the link before.
Absolutely, yes. And the two that you just mentioned, it's so we have Zero Nation, we also have Hero Nation, and by its name alone, Hero Nation is there to highlight all the. Whereas Zero Nation is there to highlight the injustices, Hero Nation is there to celebrate the great that's going on in the community as well. So sometimes what has been known to happen, you may have a situation, an injustice going on in Zero Nation. We have been known to contact them, and they have probably made efforts to come correct, as they say, and we've moved them on to Hero Nation. So it's really there for the unsung heroes. Yeah?
So you kind of, so it's the yin and the yang. So not just negative press, but positive press. Because sometimes, because I think it's an interesting point you make, because some people say that's how positive rap or conscious hip hop died out. It wasn't because of gangster rap and negative rap, but people just stopped supporting the positive. They just didn't acknowledge it, and so it just faded away into obscurity.
Absolutely.
So I think when people are doing things positive in the community, at whatever level, it's good that it's acknowledged. And just tell us a little bit about the last and final one, the one that deals with the geopolitical aspects of society.
That one, that's actually Disnation. It's Disnation as in disseminate information, and that's disnation.com. That's more a global, it deals with global issues, issues relating to slavery, the banking situations, the environment, chemtrails. So even more recently, we dealt with the fact that the first Holocaust was in Namibia.
A lot of people don't know that.
And many people.
Shark Island, they don't know about it.
Absolutely, yeah. They just equate the Holocaust with what happened to the Jews. But it seems that the Germans were already practicing what they intended for the Jews in Namibia, and it was far more devastating than you can imagine what went on for the Jews. Yeah.
At the moment, it's quite topical. Prime Minister Cameron just went to Jamaica. Don't want to necessarily get into the whole prison issue, although that is an issue. But do you have an article about reparations?
We do, yes. Hilary Beckles, that's on This Nation. And funny enough, that was placed on This Nation about 2 years ago before. I mean, at the moment, as you said, it's quite a hot topic.
The momentum's picked up, you're saying, before it was fashionable. He's putting in the work, yeah?
Absolutely.
Excellent, excellent. All right. I know I'm aware of the time, and I want to give you the opportunity to actually give out the web links. I know we're going to put them at the bottom of the page. They will be there. They will be there. But if you can just verbally give them out for people so they know where to look for this powerful publication.
Yeah, because I mean, these days, most people, they always seem to not leave home without it. So if you people out there, if you have an issue or concern, something's going on in your community, which you would like us to highlight, it's Zero Nation. It's www.zeronation.co.uk. And hey, if you know an unsung hero, maybe a dinner lady, maybe your mom, she tidied up your room, I don't know, maybe you have a pet dog that's done something great, maybe it's learned to sit when you told it to sit. So if there's anything you want to highlight, somebody you want to give a big shout out to for something great they're doing, it's Hero Nation. That's www.heronation.co.uk and thisnation.com.
Excellent, excellent. There is one more thing that I want to touch you just for a few more moments, and that was to ask you about let's say, the platform for the sisters in particular, because I know that oftentimes we have a kind of gender politics in the black community, and there's an argument that leadership is overrepresented by the brothers. Is there anything specific to the black woman?
Do you mean on
any nation? On your publication?
Absolutely. In particular, it always gives me great pleasure when an article comes to our office and it's relating to something great that our sisters are doing. Not just now, but maybe yesteryear. So when I say yesteryear, you know, we have articles on Harriet Tubman, Maya Angelou. So there's quite a number of sisters there doing things now and back in the days as well. Yeah.
Well, I want to acknowledge you as a pioneer in a electronic underground railroad at this day and this time. Sometimes we like to celebrate people when they're gone, but I want to commend you for the powerful work that you're doing at the moment. And just one more question about if people have filmed an incident or have taken photographs us as the police incident or something of that nature in the community, is it something that they're welcome to send you their short video clip or their pictures with some information? Because we're talking about underground media, but getting the information out to our people.
Yeah, I'd say any sort of information which you feel it needs to be highlighted, by all means, just contact info@zeronation.co.uk, and we'd be more than happy to highlight what it is and what your concerns are, and also to contact the relevant bodies, organisations. But one other thing I also like to mention, as you mentioned about sisters out there doing certain things, I'd like to give a big shout out also to Marcia Rigg, Sean Rigg's sister, that has campaigned tirelessly since the death of her brother in 2008. She was murdered by the police in Brixton Station, and since then we've managed to get convictions, and also, more importantly, to get cameras in the back of police vehicles as well. That's been agreed by the Home Secretary.
Excellent.
One other thing, I can't forget her, Matilda. She's a founder of Black Mental Health UK, and again, she works tirelessly with the Home Secretary to change how police police those African Caribbeans with mental health issues, and to stop the restraining techniques.
I really appreciate, as I said, I'm honoured. And I'm pleased that you could take the time out to come and give it to the people live and direct on Islamic Action TV, Guerrilla Minded Productions, and also to be an inspiration to some of the heroes and heroines of tomorrow, if God permits. Been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for the time, and thank you all for staying with us for the duration of Strong Talk, Islamic Action TV, Guerrilla Minded Productions. Till next time, stay family, stay safe. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.